plata o plomo.
Alright guys, welcome back to another video here at Full Blown Performance. I got a few cars I want to go over with you guys that we have going on this week. So the first car here off the bat, we have a Hellcat Durango. This vehicle is in for a custom tuning package. It's going to get a upper pulley, lower pulley. I believe we're doing a ported snout. We're doing an intake, a catch can, differential brace, E85, injectors, all that good stuff to make some good power out of this Durango Hellcat. So you guys will see this being worked on not this week but next week, because obviously it's going to be worked on this week, but we changed our upload schedule to be able to get more content for you guys, you know, and get the much more you know, show you guys what's going on here at the shop. So this Durango you guys will see on the dyno next week. We have all the parts in. We're gonna go ahead and have one of the techs knock this out. Before I go over here, I do have these charger. This is a charger that is getting a chiller. It's getting a chiller installed. It's getting some AAD suspension in the rear. So we're gonna go ahead and get that done. And tenemos a coño aquí. Oh, what?
Full Blown Performance, hermano. Aquí estamos.
Sir.
Aquí a la gente le cumplimos los sueños realidad. Lo que tú quieras para tu auto, hermano. Ven por acá. Aquí tenemos a Cristian. Te cotizamos y lo que tú quieras te lo hacemos en caliente. En hot.
And hot. And hot. No tengo llaves.
Ah, tranquilo, tranquilo.
Okay. So we got that. We got those two cars. Here we have a charger. This is a RT charger. We're doing a 6.4 motor swap on here, as well as a tune. Customer also wants some lowering springs that he has. So we have Edgar going ahead and putting the parts in, or the engine in, I should say, sorry. So he's ready. Looks like he dropped it in. We just need to go ahead and get the harnesses plugged in and whatnot. So we have Edgar doing that today. Hopefully we get this fired up later today, you know. So 6.4 engine in here. It's gonna make some good power. I believe we're on E85 as well on this one. So we'll need to put this on the dyno to put the retune on it and get this baby out. Here we have this TRX. Guys, so back to this TRX. So this TRX, about a year ago, we did an upper pulley, a lower pulley, intake, exhaust. So this customer was tuned on the 85, obviously at that boost level, injectors. So he was based out of here, California, and I guess he moved over to Wyoming. And he decided to put 91 in the vehicle because he couldn't find the 85. He states that it was fine, it was driving fine. Obviously, it's not gonna be fine. You could do it in an emergency situation, but you cannot floor it. And then you have to put you know, E85 back in there. So this customer decided to go ahead and continue putting the 85 in it and then do a pull. That's when smoke started coming out the exhaust, car started misfiring. So we went ahead and diagnosed this. I'm going to show you guys these pictures right now I have from Steven. Steven was my diag tech on this. So not only did it break the plug, see, piston is gone. I think this was cylinder 3. So this vehicle is going to need a new motor, and then if the customer is going to stay out in Wyoming, we have to see what his best option is. We have to turn down the boost level quite a bit, or we need to, you know, find a different solution for him. We need to find a different solution for him that is going to, you know, be best for him if he's only going to be running 91. So we're going to quote him out on a motor, either if he wants to do stock or if he wants to do upgraded. Like I said, just depends what fueling options he's going to want to go with and go from there. Right next to us here, we got this Ram. We finally received the Whipple for it, so we're going to go ahead and knock this one out as well, you guys will see. And then we'll be able to get this on the dyno as well. Right over here next to it we have a Challenger. This is the one we did a cam on, and this one I want to show you guys. This vehicle, I had it on the dyno myself, and you know, when I did my baby pull, the vehicle was leaning out. So I told the customer, hey, you have 100,000 miles, it looks like we're losing fuel pressure, vehicle's leaning out, we need to go ahead and change the fuel pump, because we had just cleaned his injectors for him. So we went ahead and changed out the fuel pump, but in the process of changing the fuel pump, we found sugar in the tank. So I'm trying to find a video for you guys right now, but yeah, there was definitely sugar in the tank. So we need to, oh look, here it is. See, you guys can see. So it looks like someone had put sugar in his tank. Oh, someone's calling me, pa. 1 second. That was DoorDash interrupting me. You know, I gotta treat the guys here and there, not all the time, because then they get too crazy with all the sugar and shit. But so back on this Challenger, that vehicle, we recommend the fuel tank to be dropped and replaced, just because of how much sugar, and we don't know how long it's been in there. So that's the video I showed you guys. So we're waiting for the fuel tank to get here, and then we'll go ahead and put the new fuel pump in, and we'll go ahead and knock this vehicle out for the customer. And then right behind this, we have a Dodge Challenger. This originally was a V6. This customer took it to another shop to do a swap. The shop was not able to complete the process. I'm not sure why or what, but we had to install some oil cooler lines for the transmission, engine, transmission mount, transmission bracket, just different stuff that needs to be installed on it. So we went ahead and put a base tune in it, because this does have a cam in it. So it's a 6.4 with the cam, and the vehicle has an exhaust leak. So went ahead and told the customer we need to go ahead and replace the bolts for the exhaust manifold. But before that, we need to change the fuel pump as well, because the fuel pump was no good. So there's been quite a different things that are going on with this vehicle. So hopefully this is the last thing. Then we can go ahead and get it tuned and get this out of here, because I don't have the space. Over here, we have a Corvette, that a Z06. This is a Corvette that got a thermostat replaced by us because it was overheating, and then we went ahead and found a leak at the front seal. So we went ahead and we're having Steven replace that as well right now. This vehicle was shy 3 quarts of oil as well. So we're going ahead, we topped off the oil, and obviously we're fixing the oil leak. And then there was no coolant because the engine was overheating, because there was a leak at the thermostat housing. So we went ahead and replaced it as well. All right, guys, so yeah, that Corvette is being worked on, and then we got Melvin working on Escobar's motor. So that's pretty much it that I got going on here. We're gonna go ahead and show you guys some cars that we have outside, and then we're gonna go across the street. We're gonna put a tune in that Mustang that got the Whipple, and then we're gonna show you guys a sneak peek at Abel's car, even though he don't want me to show. I'm gonna show that slow ass shit. I don't care, you know. I can't cuss on here, but you know, I don't care. Guys, we are outside now. Here we have this Scat Pack. This one was in for a retune. It's good to go. Here we have a GT350. This is the one we previously did the caliper painting on, as well as tuning, but the customer just have a burnt clutch, so we're doing a McLoy clutch. We have that here, as well as some headers and a retune, or finish the tune. Told you guys that one is getting a chiller, as well as some suspension work. This is the Chrysler that is getting the head bolts, and we got Juice's track again for some maintenance. We're gonna go across the street. We need to give these fittings over to Carlos for the car, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a revision in Abel's car, and then I'm going to put the tune in that Mustang that got the Whipple supercharger, the 2017 Mustang GT. So I gotta play chicken crossy road here, crossy road, and not get hit by any of these cars. And then we got Melvin's Scat here. But yeah, so let's go ahead and catch up the video when we're inside. All right, guys, we are here on the other side now. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and put a revision in Abel's dud. As you guys can see,
¿Qué dice Cristian?
Abel's dud. Hola, ¿qué haces?
Aquí
Coño.
tengo este auto.
Una pregunta.
Dime, papá.
¿Qué se siente tú, coño, Carlos, trabajar en el carro más lento de California? Aquí.
Aquí en este carro, el más lento.
El carro más lento de California. Carro que no sirve, carro que nomás pues tiene todas esas modificaciones y no corre, no hace nada el carro. Hasta el dueño tiene miedo del carro. No sé, es que no sé. No sé si es el carro o el dueño que no sabe manejarlo. No sé.
Una cosa, Cristian, mira, este carro con todo esto que se le ha invertido, tiempo, cariño y amor de parte de nosotros, los compañeros, al señor que sabemos de quién estamos hablando ya, el culpable no es el carro.
Ok.
El culpable es esa cosa que va atrás del volante,
Ajá.
el chofer. Eso es que no sirve, papá. Entonces, ¿qué pasa? De ahora para adelante, al dueño del auto vamos a comprarle unos pampers para que se monte cada vez que vaya a jalar el carro.
Sí.
¿Por qué? Porque lo que vive todo el tiempo es cagado, entonces le quiere echar la culpa al carro. No,
sí.
el culpable es él. Él es el culpable.
No, es que no sabe.
Entonces, lamentablemente, si él sigue con esa actitud, le vamos a tener que quitar el carro y lo vamos a manejar nosotros.
Y hacer un pool.
Sí,
porque
ya esto se está escapando de nuestras manos. Se quiere echarle la culpa al carro y el carro no es el culpable. El culpable es él.
Él no sabe,
Él es el culpable, claro.
Es lento.
Entonces, si no, vas a comenzar tú manejándolo. Si no, lo manejo yo. Porque
Yo lo manejo chingadera, se va de lado. Yo lo manejo y le enseño a ver cómo manejarlo.
Claro, porque mira, ve acá, observa.
A ver.
Eso es todo, hermano.
No, sir. Alright guys, and then this is the Mustang. We're going to go ahead and put a revision in so we get that done. So let's go ahead and put the tune in this one first, get this fired up, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the other Mustang. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and load his tune in here. And then we'll go ahead and get this started up and see how this baby sounds. And then we'll probably, you guys will see Abel's Mustang on the dyno probably next week as well. We're gonna have it on dyno. Then obviously we won't show you guys numbers, but we'll have this dialed in, so anyone that's feeling froggy and wants to race, you know, this Mustang, let him know. But yeah, so let's load this tune in. It's gonna take a few minutes to go ahead and do that. Carlos is finishing some touches in the engine bay, and then we'll go ahead and pull this out, and then I'll be taking this home today. And then yeah, so let's see what's up. All right guys, we have the tune successfully installed, so we're gonna test with Carlos, make sure there's no fuel leaks or anything like that. So just bear with us, and then we'll go ahead and get this baby on and let's see how it sounds. Switch on.
¿Se escucha que activa?
No.
¿Vale?
Ahí está apagado. Ahí está prendido. Alright guys, so the pumps are not coming on when we're keen on, so I'm going to go ahead and check the electrical, see if we're getting the power and ground we're supposed to. So just bear with us. This is the behind the scenes of, you know, the daily full blown. So let's go ahead and check. And then check with the power probe. You can see right there. Check for the fuel system. See what's going on. He's talking shit about the Abel's car because he's not getting power at the fuel pump, so he wants me to check the fuses with him. ¿Qué? ¿Por qué no te gusta este carro?
¿Ah?
¿Por qué no te gusta este carro?
Sí me gusta, lo que pasa es que soy muy marico, weón, está igual que el dueño de esta mierda.
Oh, what? No mames, ¿lo vamos a checar los fusibles? Ay. We got another Mustang right there, pa. Okay, pero el fusible de la bomba es una de estas, una de estas aquí. Se me hace.
Tan bueno. ¿Y el IGLA? ¿Le pusiste el IGLA?
Sí. Y ese es el relay.
No activa.
Relay de la bomba. Oh shit.
No mames, güey, es que te pones marico, carro.
Can't show you guys the pulley. Maybe we'll get pissed off. Okay. A lo mejor no tiene gas.
Si tiene.
They don't got no gas in it.
Si tiene, ahora que le puse la bomba. Tiene medio tanque, marico.
They ain't got no gas in it. Okay, ¿dónde está el controller? ¿Acá atrás? Alright guys, let me help this fool diagnose it. I'll catch you the video in a bit. Alright guys, we got the vehicle on. Electrical's fixed. We have it on. So right now I'm just logging it. Gonna send this over to the tuner. So we go ahead and get this ready for a dyno session. And then right now we'll probably do some drivability, get that on the log as well, and go from there.
Aquí tenemos al señor Christian, ve, haciendo milagros. Pero es que yo le estoy diciendo que aquí el culpable no es el carro. ¿Quién es el culpable aquí? Ah, Cristian.
El conductor, a ver.
El conductor, ¿verdad?
No sabe manejar.
No sabe manejar. Entonces estamos haciendo todo lo posible para que pierda el miedo, pero igualito tiene que montarse con unos pampers. Ah, y aparte de eso, la gorra esta está decomisada. Es mía llave. No podemos hacer más nada. Entonces, Cristian, una palabra para el dueño de este auto.
Que no sé, es mucho poder para él, tiene miedo el güey y no sabe.
Pero hay que montarlo con pamper aquí.
Sí. Ahorita antes de montarme tuve que limpiar el asiento.
Sí. O sea, eso huele a caca, ¿verdad? No mames, güey. Bueno, ¿qué más?
Alright guys, so Abel's car is officially done. Oh, what? He's just gonna put the rear seat delete in there and then we'll get that done. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the tune in for this Mustang. Okay, so we're putting the tune in on this Mustang. So it's almost done, about 4 minutes remaining, and then we'll go ahead and turn it on. Carlos is gonna make sure that everything looks good and there's no leaks for the supercharger coolant, and then we'll go ahead and put this across the street and we'll have this on the dyno to make sure, you know, everything's dialed in, send it over to Whipple and get this baby going. Alright guys, we're back here on the main lot. So we do have this charger Scat Pack and this charger RT that are in for IGLA. They both came in, they're sisters. They want to get their vehicle protected because they had another sister with the charger as well that her vehicle got stolen. So unfortunately they didn't know about the IGLA anti-theft system. So now they do, after unfortunately their sister's vehicle got stolen. But they're in today for that protection. So we're gonna go ahead and have Melvin install it on both of these, and then we'll get them out. And you know, IGLA's been around 13 years, 0 thefts, so it's the best system out there. So if you don't want your vehicle stolen, make sure you go ahead and get that system on your vehicle today, whether it be Corvette, Camaro, Charger, Challenger, Mustang, F-150, TRX, Trackhawk, Durango, whatever it may be, you know, 2012 and up, IGLA should work on your vehicle. Give us a call here at the shop, and then we'll get you guys right. Let's check with Edgar here, see if he's almost done with this. Looks like he's putting the motor mounts on. Looks like he had a bad motor mount as well. Jeez, I don't think this will be turned on today. Probably get it on tomorrow, and we'll have this on the dyno as well. And then the Donkey Kong, or Donkey Jeep, I think the plate says. This one here. This one, the customer is getting a fuel system for it, so we're waiting on that. So that's all we're waiting for, and then we'll get this tuned. The customer placed the order himself. He said we should receive it in 2 weeks. So hopefully, you know, that's the case, that we do receive it in those 2 weeks, because the vehicle will just be sitting here from now on. But I want to show you guys this. This is one of my favorite Hellcats. Just the the welds on here. I believe, don't come at me in the comments, but I believe these are the S81s. I'm not too familiar with the weld wheels myself, but these are sick. Just makes the car stand out. See that? I think that's just beautiful. And then we have that RT, or I think it's a Scat Pack actually. That one's in for a cam package, so that one we're gonna order the cam, and we'll go ahead and get that installed. But I think that's pretty much it I have to show you guys. Much of the other cars here are waiting on parts, cars you guys already know about. So I think that's just pretty much all of it. We're gonna maybe go check in with Steven, see how he's going with that Corvette. He's almost done. Looks like he's blowing out, you know, probably whatever's doing ready for. We'll check with him in a bit. He's still not done. But I actually want to show you guys the motor for Escobar. So if you guys can see here, we have Melvin already building this. He has the oil pan on, he has the timing cover on, he has the heads on, he has the valve train on, basically. You know, so lifters are in, rocker arm, springs, all that good stuff. So this is, he needs to put the headers on, he needs to put the water pump on, the crankshaft pulley, and then we'll be able to drop this baby in and fire Escobar up. He needs to put the valve covers on, so it looks like he's touching those up. He asked me for white paint, so I wonder what kind of paint he's doing. Like what kind of color. It's probably going to be white, because I know they were black. So he's just touching them up, you know. Escobar's stuff been there for years. So, but yeah, it's up there. And then this one down here is another V6 swap that I'm not sure who did it, but a swap. And this one is throwing a code for the ambient air temp sensor we replaced, but it's still throwing the code. We did further diagnosing, and the issue seems to be in the body control module, not grounding that module correctly, as well as there's a code for ABS code for one of the ABS modules, which we don't know exactly who did the swap. So I told the customer that you know, we could go ahead and replace that module, but it's not 100%, you know. Who knows if there's an open circuit. I mean, we're not getting that code, we're getting lost communication. We're not getting an open circuit code, but we're not, like I said, for sure we would have to try it and go from there. Because it's a module that you wouldn't even replace on a car. Like, you wouldn't expect that module to go bad. Never even heard of it until I scanned it and looked at the Mopar guide. But like I said, we'll see about that. And then you guys are actually going to see the other Camaro. It's across the street right now, but another Whipple Camaro that's going to be getting the supercharger installed this upcoming week as well. So we'll show you guys that, and then I think that's going to be some good content next week. You guys will see plenty of vehicles. As you can see, we're a very big Whipple dealer here. Most of the vehicles we do are always on a Whipple supercharger, so that is, you know, something to take note about. Is Whipple the world, baby. Whipple the world. So I think I'm going to end the video there. Like I said, next week we'll have more content for you guys. If you guys like, go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe. Share this video, and it's full blown for the win. Alright guys, we need to go get some 91 for that Mustang, but I'm carless, so we're going to take the Dudmobile, aka Abel's Mustang, to go get some 91. So let's go. Alright guys, so we're getting that 91 for that Mustang here at Chevron. $4.99. That's why you gotta be on 85. 85 is $269 right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this jug up for that car, and then I'm gonna fill up Abel's car. Obviously we're on a triple pump fuel system, so you want to keep those pumps happy. We're a little bit under half a tank right now, so I'm gonna fill his up with the 85, and then we'll be back at the shop. All right guys, we went ahead and put the gas in the for 91. I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my boy Abel's car, and then we'll go ahead and log it and see what this car does, and get this thing going. Bye. Alright guys, so we are back in Abel's Mustang. We have to go ahead and log this for the customer, for the tuner. As you can see, the startup needs to be adjusted. Let me put the IGLA in, Show you guys off frame. Alright. Bruh, the IGLA on the Mustang is not as fast as the Mopar. Takes a little bit. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and exit this. Diagnostic, data logging, connecting. So this is Engage is something that used to be a part of A2 Tuner that's no longer being made. That's why they use like the VCM suite, or they use like the RTD. So this was like an easy way for you know, tunes to be loaded and flashed for the end user. But unfortunately, Engage is just not a supported product anymore that they make. This thing froze on me. Oops. Plug it in again. Bruh. Hey, but when you're editing this, your car's a fucking dud. Turn the AC down. Alright, so we're going diagnostics, data logging there, connecting, creating packets. Alright, so let's start the log. Alright, right there it's recording. So let's go for a drive. Thing is, what sucks is I can't see the fuel trims myself, you know, because I'm a little tuner. Just kidding, I'm not, but I'm able to see fuel trims, so I know whether I could get on it or not. But actually, the tuner requested for me to rev it so they can see fuel trims. Let me give them my idle first. My bad. My bad. Let's see what Steven said. He said, new serpentine belt on the Corvette. Sheesh. No, Mom. Alright, so let's give them the little idle that they want. About a few minutes. But I did get the gas. You see, I turned the Able little dud into like a work car, you know, at least make it good for something. But alright, now let's rev it to 1500 RPM as they requested for 30 seconds. And then 2500 RPM. And 3500 RPM. Alright, let's let it come back to an idle. Get all that data recorded, pa. Gotta get this shit dialed in, cause they're gonna be racing this shit. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and go for a drive. We're gonna go drive back to the shop. Let's see. So I want you guys to let me know in the comments, what do you guys prefer? A Mopar, a Chevy, or a Ford? What's your guys' preference on vehicle? See, personally, me, I like Mopar. I like Ford. I like the, you know, what they got, GT500. You know, gotta admit it. But what do you guys prefer? You know, full blown isn't just a Mopar shop. That's what we started as a, you know, full blown Mopar shop. But you know, we specialize Mustangs, Chevy, Camaro, F-150. So it's all three American brands. Chevy platform would be like LT4 and LT1. We wouldn't do anything like LS at the moment. We're too busy for stuff like that. But let's go ahead. I think they want a 2500, 3500. shifted on its own. It's third gear, second gear. Alright, 2500, 3500, shifted. Alright, I'm gonna do the same thing for third gear, but we're coming to a stop. So, put that back in drive. You guys should see Abe on the videos tomorrow because he's off today. I know I might be boring. First, second, third. There we go. Put this back in automatic. Alright guys, so we're going back to the shop. I'm going to continue logging this car, getting as much data as we can for them, and then I'll pick up the video at the shop. Alright guys, we got the Mustang GT on. This one received the Whipple package. So we put the fuel in it, we have it on. Coño.
Dime. Bueno, aquí estamos. Como pueden observar, tenemos el resultado ya después de la instalación del supercargador a este Mustang GT. No es porque lo ven así con el bumper en el piso, no está listo, no, sí, ya está listo. Lo que estamos chequeando ahora, que no nos quede ningún detalle, pero no, ya el carro va para la calle. Ahora lo vamos a montar en el dyno. Esta es la otra prueba que va a pasar en el dyno aquí, mi amigo Cristian, jalándolo.
Yes, sir. So we're going to go ahead and schedule this in for dyno with Whipple, and then we'll make sure all the fuel trims look good and everything's ready to go. Customer wanted the gloss red, so here it is. Contact us for your supercharger needs. And let's go ahead and catch up the video on the dyno.